And so Papunin wisely ran away for dear life.
Wise? Who wise now? You useless idiot! Why can Papunin not even die properly? What if they ask Banner to repay money?
Huh? Die? Repay who?
None of your business. Anyway, tell me where Rex and Blade went.
Rex, Titan, and friends ran away. Went to south of Cyclus Sea. After that, Banner knew as much as Papunin. Storm was very thick, so Papunin...
Papunin lose them, yes?
Yes, but...
And then run away like coward?
Yes, but...
Banner not wanting feeble excuses of Papunin! Just get back here! You got lot of work to do! Even pricey insurance Banner take out on Maelstrom go to waste. Still, how interesting. Heading southward from Cyclus Sea. In current season, that likely take them to Gormont. You, girl, get Consul Dougal on the line, immediately!
Yes, sir. One moment, please.
Why, if it isn't Chairman Banner! What an unexpected pleasure! May I just say that I admire how you rebranded those broken core crystals. And selling them onto the dunderheads back in Morardane. Absolutely sublime.
Banner did not call to hear pointless flattery. And blubbering about core crystals on unsecured line? Is Dougal some kind of idiot? What if Endor tap our communication?
Oh, of course. I'm very sorry.
Man, forget it. We got bigger fishes to fry.
Oh? What's going on?
Listen up.
Pyra?
Oh, thank goodness. You aren't injured at all, are you?
No, I'm fine, I guess. Where?
I'm not certain. We seem to have washed up on a Titan of some kind.
A Titan? Where's Gramps? And Nia? We gotta find them. They can't be far.
Okay.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Long time no see for those of you who've been watching this and not keeping up with the Pokemon series. I'm sorry, the video footage for this episode actually was corrupted. And so this is actually being re-recorded. And the next episode, I will preface this by saying the next episode was recorded last week. It actually was not corrupted, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Anything I say in that episode was recorded last week. So, you know, maybe a couple things have changed, but my opinions and anything that I talk about in terms of the game will be the same. So keep that in mind as I play this. I have actually played this short portion, this 20 minutes before. So, you know, just letting you guys know. Basically, I'm going to skip over these tutorials and I'm going to let you guys know how these actually work. Because they're pretty simple, to be honest with you. So we're going to head over into the characters menu. We're going to go to Rex, and then we're going to go, we actually do not have enough WP to actually do anything. WP is basically our weapons points, and we're going to be able to, if we get enough, level up our arts with it. As you can see, we currently have 219 in The least expensive one right here is Rolling Smash, and it's at 320. Basically, what a lot of these is going to be doing is upping the damage ratios, and on something like Anchor Shot, if you do level that up, it will give you a higher % chance for a potion to spawn. So that's pretty cool. But if we go over here to the affinity chart, this is going to be different, like where we can allocate our skill points to different things. So at the very first level, we can choose to allocate points into strength. So we can increase the strength by 20, we can increase our agility by 20. Basically, strength is how much damage our physical arts are going to be doing. And then something that we haven't actually seen yet, and I haven't even seen, is ether, which is I assume to be magic damage. We don't have any on our character. We don't have any, Rex doesn't happen to have any pyromite, but I'm assuming that's magic damage. And so we don't even have enough to level up anyway. And then this is something else, allows for the driver art to be assigned to the X at the start of the battle. So it's pretty cool. But I think we're going to go ahead and put points into strength, just because I'm kind of a bullheaded type of person. I just want straight damage. I'm a brute. And then over here, we currently have the attack gnome, which increases our auto attack damage by 20%. I think this is probably going to be our best bet in terms of what's going on right now. We're just basically going to be fighting some normal enemies in this episode. There's no bosses or anything. So I feel like, you know, those are a little bit easier to take out in terms of just HP. You're usually going to beat them before you get to that point. So basically what we're going to be doing
Treasure acquired.
is just trying to kill them as quick as possible. And we got a red thread. Okay. Not actually sure what that does, but I'll check later. And we're just going to skip over these tutorials. Oh yeah, this is something that we can talk about really quickly. Each of our blades actually does have an affinity chart. And it's kind of like a list of tasks that I kind of like the way it's set up, because you don't have to spend any points on it. Basically, what you can do is you go to this affinity chart, and then you've got all these abilities that Pyra has, and basically it gives you a list of tasks if you want to level them up. So if you go to something like Focus, then you can move it over here, and you can see that in order to go to the next Focus level, you need to use Pyra's favorite pouch item from the drinks category. And so there's 4 conditions, so that's probably the first condition, and after you fulfill those, you'll level up the Focus, which does explain why we were not able to open up any of the chests inside of the Argentum Trade Guild, because I think it was Focus that we were lacking, or Focus level something. I don't remember which exact ones we were lacking, but I think it was because of these. So basically we're going to need to level these up in order to open up certain chests and to do certain things in the game that we were not able to do before. So that's pretty cool. And it is something that I enjoy. It does mix things up. If both the blade and the driver's leveling system was based solely off of if it was based solely off of acquiring points, that would be a little bit stale in my opinion. So I'm glad that it's not that way. We are going to fight some of these enemies around here just to get some XP, because to be honest with you, I am not quite sure what the level ranges are for each area. I don't know, you know, when to level up and when to grind, and to be honest with you, I hate grinding in games. You know, and it's kind of funny because one of my favorite game series is Final Fantasy, and actually my favorite game from the series is Final Fantasy 12, and there is a lot of grinding required, especially in that game. But because of things like the Zodiac Age being released, and you can turn on 4x speed and go to these really easy areas, you can grind up in about 20 minutes. So, you know, in a brand new game like this, it's not going to have some speed up option, which we can, you know, click a button and go at 4x speed and just blaze through an area. Plus, there's not any random encounters, and the spawn rates are a little bit different in this game. So that's something we're going to have to pay attention to and try to adjust, because it's actually going to influence my opinion on the game quite a bit, because I do not like grinding. So if you guys know how the grinding works in this game, just don't tell me. I want to be disappointed all by myself. And you can also see that our arts are doing a lot more damage. Also, if we do them subsequently after doing an auto attack, you know, if we have a good flow of auto attacks and arts, like, see, just then it was not good. It definitely was not good. But if we do happen to hit an art right after an auto attack like this, oh, hold on. something like that, it's gonna fill up our special gauge a lot quicker than it would before. So we're gonna go ahead and use our special, just because we can. Ooh, I used it a little earlier. But basically, if we do something like that, it's going to charge up that gauge a lot more quickly. And it's also going to make it good because if you're fighting an enemy with a lot of HP, then you're going to be able to, ooh, I guess we're going to fight this guy. Then we're going to be able to charge it up past the first level of the special that we saw from the previous episode. We saw that we could get the Roman numerals, we can go from 1 to 2 to 3. We killed that guy really quickly. And we're back. Sorry about that, guys. My apartment is right next to a train track, and I absolutely hate it. Because when I'm recording, sometimes, I don't know, I've actually lived by train tracks my entire life. When I was back in my hometown, before I left for college, we actually we lived pretty close to a railroad. And they had you know the pattern that they use when they're going by an area, you know, they'll honk the horn or whatever it's called. In a pattern so that people understand that they're coming by, and it is completely different in the new city that I live in. It's literally obnoxious. It's so obnoxious. They literally just hold it down. Instead of doing like some kind of pattern, they'll just hold down like the horn for a very long time, actually, quite a while. So it's insanely infuriating. So we're actually gonna fight this guy too, I think. You know, I don't want to get into a point in which we are under-leveled for an area, or I don't really mind being over-leveled for an area because then we don't really have to grind, and we can just go about our business. But, oh, see, that did a lot more damage that time. So we're just going to wait, and also our auto attacks also gain power with each hit. So right then, that did way more damage than it normally would have, and it also charged up our special gauge even more. Wow, see, that jumped quite a bit. So we're gonna try and time these pretty well. But I also do want to say that finals are finally done, guys. I'm gonna start being able to put out way more content on this channel, which I'm extremely excited about. Ooh, we missed a whole lot. And I want to get to a level 2 special here, but basically we're gonna be able to put out a lot more content than we normally would be. And I'm going to be putting out more of this series, more of my Pokemon series, and more of any other content that I'm deciding to make, including that project I was talking about in my Pokemon series, which if you are not watching, you need to. It's pretty fun. Pokemon's an awesome game, but I'm going to be able to shovel out just tons more content, which I'm really excited about. I do get a break in between semesters, and it's really nice to be able to chill out for a little bit and take some time off and be able to put more focus towards this YouTube channel. So,
Gramps!
It is good to see you uninjured, Rex.
How awful.
Hold on, I should have some herbs.
You are kind, but no amount of human medicine would suffice.
But
Weep not, my boy. This is my fate.
I can't help it. Can I?
No parting is forever. We will surely meet again when the flow of the ether will set. The days with you were the best I ever had. Until we meet again, Rex.
Gramps. Gramps. Gramps!
I told you not to cry, didn't I, Rex? Rex? Rex?
Gramps!
Rex!
What? Gramps? How is that?
It can't be.
Use your eyes. Don't you recognize me?
Well, not really, no.
I am so confused right now.
So you see, by maximizing cellular regeneration to retain all vital bodily functions, I seem to have reverted to a larval stage.
Well, that's quite handy. Must be nice to be a Titan.
This isn't something just any old Titan can do. Only one so advanced as myself. Rex, are you angry?
I'm not. It's more that I didn't want you to see me blubbering like a baby.
Oh, it's okay to be angry.
So, when will you be back to your old self?
Good question. No more than 300 years.
300 years? But I'll be long dead by then.
I suppose that's true.
But what about my house? Do I have to live in the streets?
Perhaps this is an opportunity to fly the nest.
You mean pay rent?
Miser boots.
It's a massive extra expense. Still. Glad you're okay, Gramps. Oh, shoot. We can't stand around all day. We have to find Mia.
Mia? You mean that driver and her blade from before?
Yeah. They kind of saved our lives.
I do hope they're all right.
Gramps, do you remember anything?
I remember crashing through many trees before landing here. They probably fell off then.
That's not a whole lot to go on.
Perhaps we would have some luck following the trail of broken trees.
Good thinking, Pyra. Let's go.
By the way, Rex, is that a core crystal I see shining on your chest? Just what happened to you?
I'll tell you later. Right now, we need to find Nia.
Oh, now this makes a nice change.
So I'm really glad that Gramps is alive. I was so upset the first time I watched that cutscene, which is the only other time, and I was literally. It actually shows a lot about Rex as a protagonist, that he is able to so quickly, only after playing just for a little while, make me feel some sort of way. I was so upset when Gramps actually was dying, but he came back to life, which is cool. He actually reminds me quite a bit of something like a... Have you guys ever played any of the old PlayStation 1 Spyro games? I think it's called Enter the Dragon, or maybe it's Year of the Dragon. It's the one where you have to go around collecting baby dragon eggs that were stolen. I can't really remember. I think it's Year of the Dragon. I could be wrong though, but that's what he kind of reminds me of, is those baby dragons that you find after their eggs hatch when you find them and you send them back. It's actually one of my favorite characters so far. Basically this is a collection point. Basically it's just a place in the environment where you can go and dig up some environmental goodies. It seems to vary each time. Like I'm not sure. See, Muscle Branch. I've actually gone through this and done this before, and it seems that you just get different things each time, and it's a little bit weird, and it makes sense with something like an enemy drop or something, but I feel like it could be a little bit frustrating if you're ever farming for a specific item that you might need, and you don't know what kind of RNG you'll get, and you might not get the item that you want as you're looking for it at collection points, which kind of sucks, but at the same time I guess it does make the game a little bit more realistic, perhaps. Actually, I don't even think that's a good way to put it. I don't know what kind of what it brings to the table, but I guess it does feel good getting the things you want. But I feel like RNG could really screw somebody over pretty hard. I think we're just gonna fight everybody in the area just to kind of make sure that we're on track with what level we should be. These guys don't respawn as quickly as I don't know, it seems in some areas like the ancient ship, they just don't respawn. They might eventually, but I didn't see any respawn through this profile, so it's a little bit weird. But I feel like in areas like this, they probably will. I'm not sure what causes them to respawn, if it's like resting up at a town, or if it's just walking away for a minute, like something in Final Fantasy XII, where you just kind of would walk away and they would respawn to a certain point. After you killed enough of them, they would, you know, start to respawn at a much lower rate. But I'm not sure how that works, to be honest with you. It is going to give you a bit of a sense for how the game is going to play out in terms of the grinding mechanic, which is important. I'm going to have to figure it out sometime, even though I absolutely hate grinding. This is another ability from our blades. Each of them are going to have different abilities and things that they're going to be able to develop to help us interact with the environment in order to progress in the game. I'm assuming, since Pyra has something like fire, I'm assuming there are other elemental abilities that we're going to have with different blades that are going to allow us to traverse across the land in different settings. For now, you know, they're obviously showing us the easy one so we can get by this, because Pyra, obviously, fire. But I'm curious to see what other environmental interactions we're going to have. I also know that you can do it with chests as well. In which there are certain, you know, kind of like the affinity chart we were talking about earlier, in which we needed to have a certain level to get into the chest. I'm assuming it's a similar concept. So.
All in one piece.
Let's show him a thing or three.
We can do this together.
And to be honest with you guys, I am so excited to be playing this game and not having to worry about putting off schoolwork or anything. It feels so good to have this semester over and done with. I don't know if you guys are in college or in university or whatever you're doing, but it's a lot of work having to go from, you know, going to a job and balancing school and doing something like this, which is a really fun hobby for me. It's something I enjoy doing on my spare time. It's a lot of fun to be able to try to grow the YouTube channel and to put out content that I enjoy and to be creative with whatever I put out. But at the same time, it's really taxing, and it feels so good to be able to just focus on this one thing for a little while. Because I'm off of work too. I do not have to come back to the lab for a little while.
What's that sound?
I felt a ripple in the ether. It feels like a driver is using a blade in battle. I'm certain of it.
Let's go.
Okay.
My lady, leave this to me.
I'm not just gonna abandon you, Joma.
What? We're here to help. Nia!
Rex! What are you doing here?
My lady, now's our chance. Let's attack.
All right then!
Alright, Rex and Pyra here to save the day. I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here because we're going on a little bit long and I don't want to take up any more time than I should. The next episode actually is pre-recorded, so it'll go back to normal after that episode. I might, you know, just go ahead and record the next one on here and go from there. But I just want to thank you guys for watching this series and keeping up with it. I know it's been a little bit spread out on how much I'm uploading it, and I'm sorry about that, but it will go to a very, very regular schedule, probably every day with this series. So if you guys want to see more of this or any other content that I'm going to be putting out, go ahead and subscribe, and if you guys like the video, leave it a like. Let me know what you think about this game in the comment section down below. I don't know if you know this, but I love to discuss anything to do with video games. So if you guys want to talk about this game, talk about any other game, please comment on this video. Go follow my Twitter and my Instagram, and we can discuss things there. I love talking about games. I love talking about anything to do with any forms of media, so it's a lot of fun. So if you guys want to see more of this, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video immediately after this. This is where it's going to pick off from. So I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.